Okay, so I have no clue what number right with me this is, but hi, yeah, no, we're sticking with the vlog style because I like this camera a lot, and we're going without the mic plugged into the side because I'm not in the mood, and I don't think it was actually syncing up to it anyway. So yeah, welcome back. There have been changes to my channel, and it's no longer returned to writing because I was getting tired of niching down, and I want to talk about a lot of things related to writing, genres, just media, stuff like that. And plus, I also got access to my old Nanofictor 92 channel, where I started Return to Reading, this little series on there. And I'll probably start talking about like my actual books more once they're published over there. So this will be the writing process, and over there will be like the aftermath, like maybe book trailers and stuff like that over there. But for now, that's definitely a big change that's happened. Okay, we are going to prop you up on the vitamin water bottle. Yes, the vitamin water tripod works. We have a winner. So, what have I been up to? I have basically been not necessarily scrapping projects, but I've definitely been shelving projects. I have a whole section of the notebook right here called the shelf, where I have basically been putting all of the post-its that I put on my little chart that's over here off camera. So it's like a lot of those were taking up most of that. I was just like, okay, I get why I'm so stressed. I think I need to reprioritize my projects. Which reminds me, one of the post-its on here, the hardcover edition of my book Dark Pine Tale of Terror. This thing, yeah. I initially was going to push it back to fall of this year, 2024, but I think realistically, because I'm still trying to figure out what is a realistic deadline and workflow for myself when it comes to writing. Realistically, I would say fall of 2025 would probably be the better way to go. So Dark Pine hardcover is going to be a fall of 2025 release. For now, I am focusing on 3 stories. Okay, well, technically 4 because they have There Can Only Be One, the lovely poster back there, which is a slasher thriller, which then the original draft then turned into this one, Heart to Hearts, which turned into a bit of a crime thriller in a sense. I noticed the original draft was like, I liked where it was going. It could be its own story, but it wasn't working for what I wanted There Can Only Be One to be. So I've split the docs, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this in one of the previous Write With Me's, and I basically just redid the chapter outline for There Can Only Be One. That works better. I started reworking what was already there for the draft that I had for There Can Only Be One, so it now fits Heart to Hearts. And I'm also working on 2 fantasy stories, Only in a Fairy Tale and Opposing Forces. One of them was supposed to be YA, and then I realized how old is the character supposed to be again? And I forgot. So right now they're both just general fantasy adventure. No, I think it was Only in a Fairy Tale that was initially going to be YA. So I think I'm gonna make the character in that one like early, like either 19 or early 20s. I think I definitely did that with Opposing Forces. Yeah, no, I think Opposing Forces, the main character, Kira, who I keep spelling as Kiri by accident, or Kiria, I've gotten into the habit of just, every time I notice it, just in the back of my mind, I just hear Kiria. It's just like, it's one of those things where I need to just go into the find and replace option in Word. It's, it happens too often. But Kira is supposed to be 19 or 20. And Elle, for Only a Fairy Tale, I think if I remember correctly, she was supposed to be early 20s. Because it's supposed to be a sort of that finding yourself kind of thing and feeling stuck. So I feel like she was supposed to be early 20s. And Kira is definitely like 19 or 20. Maybe 21. I feel like 19 or 20 was probably what I was going for the most. Now, recently I was recommended. Hi. Recently I was recommended Obsidian, which is this program. because I mentioned in a video on TikTok that recently I've been dealing with an issue with Microsoft Word where I noticed it was only when I was using the cloud saves that I would start getting emails about single-use codes from failed login attempts on my Microsoft account. And it was really, really weird, and I don't know what was going on there, but most of those have been moved to this flash drive. But someone suggested using Obsidian since it saves locally, and also like almost like a free version of programs like Scrivener where it has like all like the bells and whistles, which I don't know if I like because I've tried similar things with Reedsy, and I'm one of those people where it's just like when it comes to outlining, I like to outline on paper because then I could just have it to like pull out and reference. And even though I have that, I don't really open it often or turn it on often. But I'm gonna test this out and see how I like it. But since reporting most of the unusual logins as unrecognized, that seems to have solved the problem of the emails with the single-use codes and the attempts at logins on my Microsoft account. Because it really was only when I would be using Word and working on something that was saved to the cloud that I noticed this was happening. Because the moment I swapped to the flash drive, I noticed I stopped getting the emails. So it was literally only when I would use Word files with the cloud. But since reporting that, I've been good. I've been able to open some files and work on them with no issue in the cloud. But I'm gonna give this a shot. Gonna see how I feel. I'm gonna come up with a random story just to test. So this is gonna be interesting. I can also show you guys some fun things. These are all supposed to be for signed copies. Yes, I ordered multiple copies of my book for signed copies, although I did go through them, and I'm probably just gonna go for the 6 because these are damages. Yeah, these right here, all damages. Because I ordered 10 knowing there was probably going to be damages, so it's just gonna be the 6. And I'm thinking of doing something fun where I made these bookmarks, and it's the statue from one of the stories in Dark Pine. So this is the Weeping Widow. And I thought I would make like a little zine out of the opening Welcome to Dark Pine bit. That way it's a fun little way to display how the bookmark is used. Also, hello hollow topper for it because that's what I had and it was cool. And it should help be a teensy bit more waterproof for the most part. But did a test print of it before inking anything else. I've gone into the file and shrank this, started inking the rest of it. But I think it's a cool way to not just display this and show how the bookmark works, but also a fun little add-on to the signed copies. So those will probably go on to my TikTok shop because I opened a TikTok shop even though my profile is stuck in the 200s because apparently I am now in the 200 club and have been since last, I think it was June or July I figured out. So yeah, hopefully that goes well. And speaking of selling books, so for my 50 book goal, my 50 book sales goal is going well. We've got 6. We got 1 for this month already. So April is off to a good start. So yeah, things are going well. Okay, so go figure. The day I decided to go back to using this, I tried to plug the camera into my computer, and it only picks it up as charging. Usually I plug it in, I can get the files, no problem. Didn't even register it. So I just ordered a little dongle that I could put the micro SD in that I could plug into my laptop. So hopefully that'll fix things. That should be here tomorrow. This is fun. Okay, it's the following day. The SD dongle came and it worked. I was able to get the files for yesterday's videos onto my laptop, so that's good. And for now, signed the 6 copies and printed out the little zines that will go with them. And since they all printed a little wonky, I took advantage of it and added a little thank you to the top. So that's gonna go with all of them. As you can see, all the little zines. Like, I thought they were all printed fine, but oh well. I mean, it's a little zine. It's not meant to be 100% perfect. And it's supposed to be like a little fun thing to throw in. Got all of the copies signed. Now just to make the listing and get this up in the TikTok shop. So, changing plans. We are not going TikTok shop because that needs to be verified. No, my account needs to be verified, which requires links. I have tried and failed in the past to get verified on TikTok. So we went with coffee. There are 6, as of recording this, 6 copies have been signed. They are up on my coffee. Hang on. There. They are up on my coffee. $14.99 because they also come with the little zine. Granted, the zines aren't exactly perfect. They're a little misaligned, but look, they're zines. They're not supposed to be perfect, but they also come with a fun little bookmark if I can get this to focus. Focus! Not gonna focus, but okay. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah. Okay, so it is the following day. It's the day of the eclipse. And got the first signed copy out in the mail. So that will be picked up. I will update the tracking once that goes through. And I say today is off to a good start. I've started working on something that is a bit of an experiment. I'm not going to add it to the progress chart just yet, but I think it's a fun little test. Just to see what I can do as a writer and what projects I can tackle. Okie doke. Find my water tripod, back at it again. And I think I'm going to end the video here because we have now had 2 and the start of the 3rd day for this video, and I edited the first half of this yesterday and it was long enough as it is. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, turn on the notifications because I don't have a set schedule. And I will see you guys whenever the next video is. Don't forget, links to support me are in the description below. There are also links on my profile, on my channel. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.